Gospels. 24/7. Yeah, and more. The word, salvation, healing. 24/7. Right here. Gospels TV takes you high onto the sky. Gospels TV on sky takes you high. Yeah. Everything you need, everything you want, everything you think, everything you say. Gospels TV. Spread the word.
Let's see some of the headlines. I said John Pinsel rushed to hospital after collapsing. It's something we will talk about. President slashes executive freebies. Said John to PNE. PNE is not an NPP member. Some of you know that Sir John is a no-nonsense man. He said as he wanted. And also 3 arrested EC officials free on bail. And burglary at NPP office, pink sheets missing. And also another good news, China to construct Ghana's second airport, which is very good news for us. And there is also a question here. Somebody asked, why are NPP MPs taking money from somebody they have branded a thief? It's also coming to you. If time permits, we will go through all this. And also, leadership is Africa's problem. That is being said by our former president, John Agyekum Kufuor.
All right. Good morning once again. That was Honorable Jeffrey Oprempe that you had. I want to welcome you back here into the studios again. My name is the G. As you know, I am here with you every Saturday morning. The news of the week from Ghana is what we bring to you every Saturday, just around this time here on G Love Radio and also live on GTV, Gospels TV, as we call it. We are so excited to be coming to you live once again. We want to apologize to all our fans out there that last week we were not able to bring you news from Ghana because it was beyond our control, as they say, circumstances beyond our control, that was. But we are here, and you heard the headlines. We have a full house headline that we are going to be sharing. But I'm very interested in the games that is coming up in DFW. It's a long time that I played soccer. So I'm sure me and Honorable will be on the pitch that day representing, seriously. I have to go start getting my football boots together and prepare for this very special occasion that is coming up here. Honorable, it will be a wonderful occasion, and I believe that we will be out there representing G Love Radio big time.
Absolutely. I have already ordered jerseys for us. And we will be there in our full regalia. And
That's it.
I think that Ghanaians are ready for us too.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's have your first item for the day.
Yeah, our first item for the day is we want to look at John Pinsel, our beloved player.
Oh, this young man.
Who unfortunately has been going through some domestic issues. And some of you have been following the story. Last week, we listened to the story about John Pinsel, about the situation in his home with his wife. Apparently, there was some type of misunderstanding, and the police got involved, and John Pinsel was picked up. Issues have been resolved, to my understanding. But unfortunately, we heard the news that actually didn't sit well with most of us, that John Pinsel was rushed to the hospital after he was collapsed. Let's see a little bit of it. It said Black Star defender John Pinsel has been rushed to the Ghana Canada Hospital at East Legon after he collapsed Tuesday morning. A source close to the hospital told Joy Sports that the footballer's wife and few relatives rushed him to the hospital. It is not clear what caused his collapse, but the source says the player has been revived and released. Pencil was expected to sign a bond of good behavior on Tuesday at Legon police station, where he was arrested and briefly detained on charges of assault and causing body harm to his wife and neighbor. So obviously it is a good news if he has been treated and released. What we have to tell John Pencil is that we are fans. Honestly, we adore him so much. And he needs to at least watch his behavior. We really don't want anybody who abuses his wife. That is something that we want to put behind us as people and as nation. So he really needs to watch the way he treats his wife and stay out of trouble, because he gives us a lot of happiness and enjoyment. And we want it to stay that way. And if he has been treated and released, thank God for that.
Wow. I mean, this is a very sad news, especially coming on the heels of Oscar Pistorius' issue in South Africa. When I heard this, I was really, really sad, because just one sports personality had been involved in a murder case with the girlfriend, and to hear that our own John Pencil, who has been a pillar in the defense of Ghana for over the years, right from the World Cup 96 all the way to South Africa, and just the recent African Cup of Nations. So in fact, it's a very sad story, and I hope and pray that he will learn a lesson from this, that whatever happens, if your wife gets out of hand, whatever happens, you don't hit a woman, because just 1 second, then everything is over. Just 1 second. It takes just one simple mistake in your life, it's over. So anytime I hear these things, I really feel it for people who go through this, because just one mistake can cost you your whole career, your whole future, everything. Look at Oscar right now. So I hope and pray that if he has signed a bond to be on good behavior, he actually learns from this. But the sad thing is that instead of the GFA, maybe calling this young man and sit him down, they rather issue a press statement condemning the media people who had written this report and said that the woman has come to deny that it is not true and that nothing of that sort. They just had misunderstanding. Sweeping the dirt under the carpet does not solve the problem, especially when it comes to things like domestic violence. Because if you don't advise the young man very well, right now he has money, he has fame. And money and fame, as they say, power corrupts. It can easily corrupt this young man. Instead of them calling him and saying, look, young man, you have your future ahead of you. You are a role model by now. Ghanaian youth look up to you. This is not a good behavior. It will not get you nowhere. They are rather protecting him and shielding him and telling all the press that reported the issue that they are just they just want to destroy. They're out to destroy the young man's life. I don't know your take on that.
Well, that is true. What you are saying is just the truth, because this is a young man who certainly need certain good advice, and usually people who attain that kind of level of fame, they don't really take advice from a lot of people. So if a GFA as an organization, an authority, call him and sit him down, I think he will probably listen, and hopefully he will correct some of those little mistakes.
We hope so.
You see, there is something about that particular area that he's living in, the Travasco Valley Estates.
Yeah.
Do you know that this week there was another report that a guy living in the same area also set his wife on ablaze, set him on fire?
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's the upper class living quarters of Ghana right now, where houses go for as much as $1 million, $1.2 million. I've been in the area before.
Okay.
It's a wonderful place. It's for the affluent in society right now. But the thing is that, you see, money is not everything.
Yes.
Money is not everything. But sometimes, our people, when they get money, then it goes into
They
their
change.
head,
They change. They completely
Because why would
change.
you want to set your wife on fire?
It's something that really baffled me when I saw that.
If you want to read a little bit.
Yeah,
okay,
it said
go
love
ahead.
went sour between two residents in Accra when 27-year-old seamstress Dora Duno was allegedly set on fire by her boyfriend who poured petrol on her in their home near the Travasco Valley Estates, the same place that John Pencil lived. The lady, who is currently in critical condition at the University Hospital in Legon, was rushed to the hospital moments after neighbors were alerted of the situation. According to the people, he was summoned at 2:36 a.m. on Friday to Dora's home, only to discover she had been burnt. That's the brother of Dora. I was not told that the guy poured petrol on her and later sparked a match that caught fire, leading to her getting burnt, he lamented. She later rushed to the university hospital and now she's receiving treatment. I'm glad she's not dead. Hopefully they will be able to resuscitate her and then bring her back to life. But what is going on here? People
It's
can't
amazing.
exercise any level of restraint anymore. I mean, arguments do happen sometimes between couples. I mean, whatever it is, even brothers sometimes get into it. But to the point that people want to just eliminate people completely.
It's sad, man. It's sad. It's very sad. Honorable, let's have your next story.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one by President Mama. He said, President slashes executive freebies, which is just about time we can have these things done away with. Government would, in the next few weeks, institute measures to cut down on the rising expenditure of its executive arm, which includes the presidency, cabinet ministers, and all those who have the sole authority and responsibility for the daily administration of the state. President John Dramani Mahama, who disclosed this during the State of the Nation's address in Parliament last week, said, rationalization of state vehicles and fuel shall be some of the measures, adding that the Chief of Staff had been given appropriate directions on the matter. This is something that was written in the Economic Tribune. I think it is about time that we take a look at some of the things that the executives enjoy. If you are executive in Ghana, you enjoy free housing, you enjoy free vehicle, you enjoy free fuel. Garden boys work in your home for free. You get maids for free. Everything is just, provided to you. And on top of that, you receive a very handsome salary. Now, how can a state like Ghana, very poor, we mostly receive aids from international organizations and also wealthy nations to even complement our budget. And here are we, people enjoying stuff that even developed nations, officials that work in developed nations don't enjoy those. Because you are a government or executive, free housing, my friend, free. And then, of course, free vehicle. And then we purchase your fuel. You got garden boys that work in your home for free. You got maids. Come on, who don't? There's no wonder.
I am laughing because this is nothing new. This is the colonial mentality that the white man brought onto Ghana shores. When the white colonists came and colonized Ghana, they used us for free. Once a governor is in his bungalow, everything in the bungalow is free. He has a houseboy, he has a garden boy, he has a watchman, he has everything from driver to houseboy to watchman to garden boy, you name it. And that is what they have maintained. It's the same status quo that has been maintained till now. So governmental officials enjoy these freebies. It has been there from the days of the British colonial masters. It's about time.
It's about time, and I applaud.
I agree with the president.
I applaud the president.
Totally.
If he really can push it through, because I think there will be a fierce resistance. Because those people that enjoy these type of perks, they will not want to see it, being done away with. So there will be fierce resistance, I believe. But I think this president is on a very good track to clean up some of these things.
I hope
the next thing I want to see.
That the party members or the ministers do not resist this, because they are bound to resist it.
Anyway, let's move on to what Sir John said to Peony. Did you read about Dr. Peony, what he said about the NPP party, that they are confused? They really need to get their act together.
Yes, I did read it, and I think Peony had a very legitimate point, because what he said was that it's about time that you start organizing.
That's right.
The party, and make the party more attractive.
Yes.
You understand? And that you've lost elections, and it is all in the name of democracy, because you've won 2 elections in Ghana.
Yes.
Nobody accused you of rigging.
No.
Why is it that when you lose an election, then all die be die?
Yeah, this is something that is really Ghanaians are beginning to unravel some of these things that are going on, because it was the same electoral commissioner who pronounced Kufuor as the president. He was the one who organized the election and pronounced Kufuor as the president, and then for the second time, now another election has been organized. This time the other party won. And why is it that these people are so furious? That is the point. That is the whole point that I am saying. So obviously the general secretary didn't like it. Your mind, Sir John, and this is his reply to PNE. The New Patriotic Party has rejected claims by a founding member, Kwame PNE, that the pastoring of its spokespersons contribute to its electoral defeat. Mr. PNE told XYZ News that apart from unstructured nature of the communication system, the NPP has also not been attractive to the floating voters, which is true. He attributed this to what he calls the aggressive demeanor of some of their spokespeople. But NPP General Secretary Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie disagree. This is yesterday's man. That is from Sir John. This is yesterday's man. He doesn't understand politics. There are people who like the style of the aggressive speakers. There are others who also like the calmness. But it is a combination of the two. And we blend the two, we blend together to make it work. And that is why we won the elections. If he thinks we did not win, that is entirely a matter for him. But we won the election. He continued to say, Mr. PNE continued that, also criticized the National Executive Council of the party over its directive for NPP MPs to boycott certain constitutionally mandated events. He is calling for emergency Congress to take decision on the matter. But Mr. Owusu-Afriyie says Mr. PNE has no locus in the party to make such demands. Okay, this is what Sir John is talking about. Sir John,
but have you forgotten that this same Sir John came to Dallas here and told us that he will not stop insulting, and that those who say he should address issues should wait. When they win the elections, they will address issues. But elections are won by insult. We were there. We have it on tape.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I am saying that you don't win elections by insults. And he is claiming that he's won the election. Yeah. If he's won the election, how come his candidate is not in office as president? How come his candidate is in court? You see, these are people who will continue to throw dust in the eyes of the people that you've won the elections. You did not win the elections. The elections are declared by the EC.
That's right.
The EC declared you a loser. You are saying that you've won the elections. Who is he fooling?
Yeah, he's not backing down on anything at all. As a matter of fact, he's fueling, this debate.
Yeah, but that won't help.
It won't.
This is what PNE was saying. That won't help. It's about time you go back and reorganize yourself and make the party attractive. I've always said that there are some elements who were on Nana's team that cost him the election.
Yes.
There are some elements by their very utterances, and this is what Mr. PNM is saying.
Yes.
If you appear arrogant, if you appear that you are, the ruler of Zamunda, you understand? When you speak, everybody must bow, then it puts people off. It puts people off. People are looking for people who are humble and people they can reason with. But not somebody who will come and ride rough shoulders over them and think that they should go and vote for you. They will take your money, and when they enter into the booth, It's Kokoromotie power. They will vote for whoever they want. And that's exactly what caused NPP. They should come again. They should come again.
It is unfortunate that we still have these elements who are fueling this issue, especially Sir John. You know, this is exactly like you are saying what PNE was talking about. I mean, if you are coming out to make a comment or to say something about the prevailing issue that is going on, be reasonable. Because, I mean, Kwame PNE has been an old guy. He's been around for a very long time. He have served in the cabinet of Dr. Kufuor during Kufuor's administration. He know what he's talking about. You know, people like PNE or Reku Brobe, whenever they come out and say something that doesn't sit well with the party executives, hey, you know, having breaks loose. But these are truths that needs to be considered. You know, we have a mess in our hand right now. The case is in court. Fine. I mean, if you challenge the case that the president is legitimate, okay, it is in court. But come out and do some other things that will be appealing to the general public who will put you in power in the next round. But here is the case. Anybody that says something that, you know, you don't agree with, you have to come out and condemn the person. And probably, you know, possibly insult the person. I mean, where are we going with these things? I think after 56 years, we should have put these things into rest and face, you know, issues, you know, intelligently and logically. And put the right things into right perspective. Not just bullying and saying some things to condemn other people because you don't agree with him. The same Sir John also calling another minister to shut up. You know, I mean, as soon as he doesn't agree with something, he have to react in a way that is not...
No, he believes that politics is about insult because he opened his mouth and made that statement that politics is about insult and not about issues.
This is another thing he said to Collins Dauda, if
yes,
you know.
Okay, go
he
ahead.
said, the General Secretary of the opposition New Patriotic Party, lawyer Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie, has reprimanded Honorable Collins Dauda to shut up if he has nothing sensible to tell Ghanaians instead of exposing his ignorance about the walkout stage by the Minority Caucus last Thursday. You know, what is this?
That's him. I mean, it's obvious. He believes that insult is the way up.
See, Honorable Collins Dauda over the weekend said on OKFM that the Minority Caucus walkout of the President Mama when he visited Parliament was an un-Ghanaian. I mean, that was a comment he passed, adding that the NPP should understand that God has chosen President Mama over Nana Akufo-Addo. The minister reiterated that John Mama, for John Mama to win 2012 election after only 3 months of campaign over Akufo-Addo, who used 2 years, should tell the New Patriotic Party and their presidential candidate that he is not going to be the president of Ghana, emphasizing that the NPP is not going to win their case in the Supreme Court. And that is his opinion. If you have something to say about that, I think that all you have to do is to state your position, you know, and counter whatever he said, not insult.
No, the man has made it clear to you and I, you know, that he believes in insult and that he will continue to insult. So why are you surprised when the man insults? You know, if somebody tells you that this is the language I am comfortable in, I don't deal with issues, I deal with insult. So long as he's concerned, he will continue to insult and remain in the wilderness because that is where he belongs. Can you imagine if this man's party is in power? The sort of insults he will insult people. Now he's even a loser, he's insulting. What about if he becomes a winner? That one, he will step on your head. So he will continue to be there. As long as this man continues to be the NPP General Secretary, NPP will not come to power. Mark it. Because you see, God resists the proud, but he uplifts the humble. They should go and read the Bible.
Maybe. You see, you know, this type of behavior is really not good for the public. And hopefully, as you are talking, and as PNE is talking, as Reku Brobe is talking, as Kufuor is talking,
look, there are a lot of people within their party who knows the truth, but they know when they come out, this is the sort of insults they will get, and that's why they are quiet. There are more people.
It's true. It's very true. I think this party is pretty much like a Republican Party right now we have in the United States. If you are a member of Congress and you speak against anything, Rush Limbaugh will come after you.
That is the whole point.
Sean Hannity will come after you.
That is the whole
point. So they are scared like chicken.
Exactly.
They can't come out and say
there are a lot of people in the MPP who know the truth, but they won't come out and say it. They are quiet.
Unfortunately, that's what we have. But anyway, let's move on. And there was another NDC person who is very baffled, who is just so furious and mad about what the NPP MPs are doing. And this is his take. He said, why are NPP MPs taking money from a thief? Obviously, they have branded His Excellency President John Mahama as a thief. When they were walking out of the parliament, the last time that the president was issuing his maiden State of the Nation address, they walk out with placards reading that stealers, thieves, and all those type of things. And this MP is very, very mad about it and said, why are they going to take money? Because obviously, if the budget is going to be read, it's going to be read by the minister appointed by the president, but now you are now interested in taking those type of money. Let's read a little bit of it. It's the founder and leader of the Ghana Freedom Party. Even this is coming from another source. Ghana Freedom Party, Madam Akua Donkor, has described the minority in parliament as bunch of disgraceful legislators who exhibited a complete lack of maturity when they boycotted His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama's first State of the Union address. That's Akua Donkor for you. Akua Donkor. Remember Akua Donkor?
Of course.
Indom's
best friend.
According to the former aspiring president of the GFP party, the minority boycotting was the foulest ever she could expect from the opposition New Patriotic Party. What wasn't appropriate in those parliament is the boycotting by the minority. The minority were thinking they wanted to disgrace the president. They rather disgraced the whole nation. The world, because the whole nation and the world, because foreigners were there to grace the occasion. The MPP did not disgrace the president, but rather the whole nation and the world, she stated. Well, I think she has a point. Speaking in the IKFM, Madam Akua Donkor dared the minority caucus to boycott receiving their allowances and salaries, since they have vowed not to attend any state function concerning the president, whom they describe as a thief. If he, the president, is a thief, why then do they still receive their allowances and monthly salaries from the same thief? They should reject the monies as well. If the president is either from NDC or NPP, he, President Mahama, is still the Ghanaian. So we must all help to build the better Ghana despite the affiliation to the NDC party. And I think Madam Akua Donkor has a point.
Yes, she definitely has a point. Because if you will call the sitting president thief and still go and collect your salary that is being paid from the government resources and still be there, then I don't know why you are there. Recently there was something that the EC organized in Kumasi, IPAC meeting, organized in Kumasi. And the NPP showed up. So the general secretary of the NDC in the Ashanti region says that, but you people say you have boycotted everything that the EC has done or is doing. So why now are you part of this forum? And the NPP were struggling to find answers. It is sad that with all the years that we've gone into democratic rule in our country, people will still be doing the things they are doing today because they believe it's their constitutional right. But it's not helping the nation as a whole. You've lost the elections. Sit down and strategize. What is it that went wrong? You said you were cheated. How were you cheated? How do we prevent this from happening the next round? I mean, some of the things you hear are so laughable that even their own polling agents turn out to be NDC members. Can you understand that? MPP's own polling agents, they said they didn't have enough background check and that most of them have turned out to be NPP members masquerading as NDC members masquerading as MPP polling agents. So they stood for them. I mean, can you believe some of these things?
Unfortunately, this is something that we have to deal with. In fact, the thing is, to me, this is the way I see it. Some of the NPP MPs, they won these elections based upon their personalities. People saw them as good people. They did not see them as NPP candidates or NDC candidates. They saw them as people, a native in the area who will be able to perform a good job for that particular constituency. And now here are they. You've been sent to parliament. You've been sent to parliament to represent us, the constituency that sent you.
Yeah.
But you are not performing
No.
because of party ideology.
Yes, but you see, that is why they should be held accountable. But you see, Ghana, we don't hold authorities accountable. So they get away with everything they want to do. You know, somebody has been voted to go and seek the interest of his constituents. Now he goes and sit there in the party, you know, Sir John says, don't go to parliament and boycott it. And then they boycott it on party ideologies. Meanwhile, you've neglected the whole constituency and their needs and the country as a whole, as a lawmaker. So then what's the point? At the end of the month, they still go for their pay.
They still go for their salaries. And my question is, what did they do?
Nothing.
Now, can you get up and do nothing and receive a paycheck?
You see, that is why the country is poor. That is why the country continues to suffer.
It's unfortunate that we have to continue.
If you don't clock in, you don't get a paycheck. But over there, they don't clock in. Yes, still, they get a paycheck.
I mean, hopefully, these events that are unfolding will actually stoke interest in some areas that people will have to begin to take a critical look at some of the developments. Because if you are an MP, you decide to boycott anything that the president say, anything. First of all, you did not sit in during the vetting. These are the very people who have become ministers and control a lot of budget. I mean, huge sums of money that was supposed to help your constituency, on projects, maybe road constructions, maybe other construction projects, water projects, electricity projects. These are the people who are going to oversee those things. You have boycotted, vetting those people. Now, I have heard that the Minister of Finance is going to present the budget in the Parliament, and they have decided to sit in. They will be there to question him. Now, how logic is that? This is the very guy who was presented to you to vet. You said he's illegitimate because he was presented by President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okay, now, we've moved on with that. Now, this guy is coming out there to read the budget. You say, no, you're going to be sitting down and ask him questions.
I am laughing because the whole thing sounds just too interesting. There is a news item here that I find interesting. Mobile phones help prisoners commit crimes. That's the heading. Mobile phones help prisoners to commit crimes. Officials of the prison service have admitted that inmates are sometimes able to illegally use mobile phones to run organized crimes from within the prisons. Now, this is what is happening. And the prison service has admitted that when they go on rounds to search inmates, they sometimes found mobile phones with them. And these mobile phones they use in sending information to their accomplices on the outside and tell them where certain crimes has to take place, and then they go and get it done.
Wow, this is just something very interesting. I mean, where are we going with this thing?
My question is, how do they come by the mobile phones in the first place?
This is a question.
It's the same officers that smuggle the mobile phones and bring it to the inmates for a fee and collect their share. Now, they are saying that their inmates are using the mobile phones
to commit crimes.
So that's the news coming out.
After 56 years of independence. This is what, the question is this really what our forefathers died for? When the colonial administration came in, there was fierce resistance. There was fierce resistance. Even, let's say, we're coming close to, let's say, from 1944, 46, 47, 48. 1948, February. Remember February, there were 3 Ghanaians, ex-servicemen, who were gunned down by the colonial police.
Yes.
I think Sergeant Ajete and Corporal Atipo. And then also there was another guy, I think a private Aite or something like that. So they were killed. Struggling to get independent for Ghana. They were gunned down. Is this what they were struggling for? Is this what they died for? After 56 years, that Nkrumah was able to negotiate successfully and secured independence for Ghana. This is what we got. A country that is almost becoming a banana state. Corruption everywhere.
That's okay. It's always like that. You're still watching God's Beast TV, coming to you live from the studios of G Love Radio. And we are bringing you news of the week from Ghana. And I tell you, it's so interesting. The problems, we call it problems galore. I am here with the Honorable himself. Honorable.
It's unfortunate that we have to be going through these things. Honestly, like you said, Dr. Kufuor, it's true. Even though he, during his time, did not actually present those opportunities. But what he is saying, to me, I'm seeing it as something of a hindsight.
Yes, maybe with hindsight, yes.
Looking back, he realized that these are the things we need. Africa has just vast resources. We don't deserve to be living in poverty.
Exactly.
We don't. And it's attributed to leadership problems. Because our mindset have not been matured enough. And this is where all Africans have to be working on. From Ghana to Nigeria, to South Africa, to Kenya, to North Africa, we all have to be working on our mindset that it is just about me and my friends and my family, and everybody else should go to hell. And that is what is prevailing. If you go to Ghana, all those ministers, all people who are in power, they are living very well. They don't have to worry about what their families will eat. They don't have to worry about how they will travel. They don't have to worry about gas prices. They are living very well. So
that is why everybody wants to get into politics in Africa. So they will live well and leave the rest to suffer. That's basically the reason why people will kill to be in power, so that they will live well and the rest will suffer. And that's their leadership plan. The only plan is that you go and enrich yourself.
Yes.
I was talking to some friend of mine in Germany who, is aspiring to become an MP.
Okay.
So I told him that he should continue.
Okay.
And when he goes and becomes MP, he should invite me as a special assistant. And we'll make sure that we'll rake in $4 billion. He says, how much? I said $4 billion. The first 4 years. After that, we will use the money to buy the seat there. Because that's the only thing. You go there and go and make money. And he laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, yeah, because that's the only thing. The people just go there to enrich themselves.
Unfortunately, that's what we have. And hopefully we will, John Mahama is taking a second look at some of these things. And I believe that he will do something about this situation. Maybe first step, he's taking out the freebies. And then secondly, he may probably appoint another, constitutional review committee to take a good look at the constitution and see areas that can be cleaned up, because this attitude of us as citizens of the nation, we really have to understand that, look, we can better our nation through our collective effort. It's not going to be only the leaders that we entrusted with power. We have to help them. If you see a minister or an MP or a commissioner who is spending more than he earns, that have to be questioned. We really do. We have to find a way, petition drives, something, because some of these informations are public information. So if you get access to what an MP earns, it's not secret. And this MP goes to funerals and donates 1,000 plus, and then has big farms and big mansions and travel back and forth. You can see clearly that, hey, something is not right here, and we begin to question that. I'll let IRS and let them take a look at this man's finances, and hopefully he can be called in to answer some questions. This is how we should be living, But here is the case: everything is normal. People who are as corrupt as anything will be invited to become chairman of fundraisings in churches, and take a look at that. People who are running businesses and as corrupt as anything, but because they have money, nobody questions the source of that money, and they will be invited to become chairman of a church fundraiser. Can you believe that? As if the people around him do not know what is going on. but they don't care. That's just the secret. They don't care. Whatever you get the money, just give us some portion, some percentage. We will take it. Don't disclose to us where you find that money. And this type of mindset, is what we need to be working on. We seriously have to take a second look at our mindset, the things we do, how we behave, how we accept certain things in society are very critical for us to come out of this poverty-stricken, situation that we have found ourselves.
That is very true. That is very true. You are still listening to us. We are just about wrapping up, coming to the end of our session for today. But before we go, there is something that happened in Ghana that I think is worth discussing. At the Comfort Noche Teaching Hospital in Ghana, there was a surgery to separate a conjoined twins.
Oh, okay.
And one died. So an investigation was instituted, and this is what the doctors there are saying. We didn't know conjoined twins share intestines. Surgeons at the Comfort Noche Teaching Hospital have disclosed to Radio XYZonline.com that they failed to determine that the conjoined twins shared some bowels. The twins died. Oh, it looks like both of them have even died now. First, it was one that died. The twins died hours after a team of 17 surgeons separated them after a 9-hour operation. One had a complication with a hole in heart condition, whilst the other was in critical condition. The hospital may do a postmortem on Friday as to probe what led to the death of the babies. Now, Honorable, my question is that before you undertake such a surgery, don't they, take X-rays and scans to see the things they share? Because I know that over here, that is what they do. So they are able to determine what to separate, if it is possible at all to separate or not. So why would they cut them apart only to say we didn't know that they share intestines?
This is a tough one. If they come out with this type of comment, it's really a little bit too much over my head, because what I do understand is that doctors have a big heart, and their profession requires them to undertake all those investigations you said, before they approach in a delicate a problem like this. And I want to believe that 17 doctors, that's a sizable number. And if you want to say that even not one of them catch that complication by not knowing, it doesn't sound very clear. So I believe that they were in the process to do the right thing. They tried. They wanted to actually perform this operation and get these kids a very healthy opportunity to grow. But unfortunately, it has ended up in a tragedy. I think they will continue to investigate what actually caused this, and they will come up with much more detail of explanation. But just saying that they didn't know they shared intestines together, I don't think that is enough, because exactly. It doesn't sound
that is the area that I'm confused. Yeah, because like I said, I mean, for you to even think about doing this, you really must know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Because this is not a child's play.
Absolutely. Because first of all, I learned that the surgery was postponed, the operation was postponed twice, which means that all these times they were trying to make sure that they are going to approach this with the appropriate strategy, with equipments that they need, with the know-how and the people that can actually perform this operation. So after delaying this operation for all this time, and then finally getting on it and coming out to say that they lost the case, they lost the children because they didn't know they were sharing intestines, I don't think this is enough explanation. We will probably have to hang on a little bit, and hopefully in the weeks to come, they will come up with something that will be more palatable to listen.
All right. This is where we end up for this week's edition of News of the Week from Ghana. Today, our correspondent had lights off in Ghana, so he could not even charge his mobile phone, left alone make a call and bring us the report from Ghana Life. That are some of the things that our leaders should be addressing. How to have constant power in our country after 56 years. Honorable, wrap up and let us.
Yes, we just have to thank all our audience for listening to us today. It's been a wonderful week. We hope that you are also going to enjoy a very wonderful week. Next week, this time, we will gather some of these interesting headlines and bring them to you. My name is Jeffrey O.N.K. Prempeh, as usual. And on this note, we sign off for the day.
Yes, on this note is where we will say goodbye to you. But keep on listening to GLoveRadio.us. You know we have nothing but the best for you. My name is the G, and I've been here with the Honorable himself. It's a special weekend, and we want to wish you the best of the weekend. Stay blessed and no stress, and God willing, if Jesus does not come, then next week by this time we will be here. We are a listener support radio, so if you want to support us, if you go to the website, you see the donate button. Just press it, and whatever donation that you want to support us with, it's on the left hand side of your screen on the website, www.GLoveRadio.us. Just press it, and if it's $1, $2, whatever currency, whatever credit card that you have, just donate something to support us and keep us on air, so that we'll bring you nothing but the best. God bless you, and enjoy this mix. Is coming from DJ Ike, our correspondent from Ghana. We love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Party Machine. Party Machine with Gila. You're in the mix. In the mix with
Gospels. 24/7. Yeah, and more. The word, salvation, healing. 24/7. Right here. Gospels TV takes you high onto the sky. Gospels TV on sky takes you high. Yeah. Everything you need, everything you want, everything you take, everything you say. Gospels TV, spread the word.